Transfer the Tarot back again. And today's Transformers of the day who are hosting this are the Seekers. The Seekers are the jet planes from the Decepticons, for those who don't know, but the name alone really is the Seekers part anyway, is telling about the time where what are you seeking now? Those of you who have grown out of the old version of yourself, who are doing things differently, who, and you can tell by how others have responded to your changes. You're not the same person anymore. There's extra message tonight because the thing about all the opposition that you've faced is that people are scared of what they don't understand and they can't quantify or control. So if you've grown out of who you were, where people no longer have that sway over you, you become a bit scary, maybe even a threat. And the thing that they fear the most is that you speak about what you know, because the old version of you had to endure people's projections, insecurities, jealousy, envy, things of that nature. Just be mindful of that. But now that you've been clearing space, or are clearing space for new things, what are you seeking right now? And when you answer this question, be mindful of what it means to have something for self. It's the difference between being a human being, a human doing, you know what I'm saying? Not what you want to be doing so much moving forward, but what do you really want for yourself, not anybody else? Is it time that you settle down and get into a relationship? Do you want a better partnership? Do you want a better occupation? Do you want to make more money? What do you want? Do you want to see the world? What do you really want? What kind of experience are you seeking at this time is what it's asking you. You know what I'm saying? So just be mindful of that as we move through the reading. And the Cash App is in there if you want $5 for 5 cards. It'll confirm on here if you want it. But we're going to touch a little bit more on this truth, because the new truth of who you are is the subject of conversation right now. If not in the physical, it's definitely in the mental. So we have the Six of Wands paired with Corsage. This is forward movement. This is like a congratulations. This is a graduation. This is a special time. It marks a special point. So let's just say 5, 10 years from now, you're going to look back during this time when the world was in chaos, when things were changing, when you made certain decisions that involved you becoming a better version of yourself for whatever reason. We all have different reasons. Some of us, we do it for our families, but this reading is really more about you. Now that you've graduated, it's like, what do you want to do? Do you want to go straight into the workforce, or you want to go to college, kind of thing? You know what I mean? Now that you've released and took time to detach and contemplate and get a new perspective of who you are and what you want at this time, what is it that you want? And I'm going to keep reiterating that. And for some of us, we need to have more fun. All work and no play makes such and such a dull person, right? For a lot of you, this is a time when you're being urged to get out of the fight or flight mode of more of the magic in life right here. We're going to get 2 more on this side. 1, 2. Mm-hmm. We're going to get 2 over here. Yep, can't make it up. Can't make it up. You can't make it up. What do you want? The genie in the lamp. It's time to make a wish. The thing about being spiritually hazed, let's just say, by spirit. You know what I'm saying? When you're kind of broken down, it breaks you down to build you back up. Is exactly where a lot of us are at right now. And it's meant to show you your power, first and foremost, who you really are. It's supposed to help you see that you're drinking out of your own cup. You don't need the validation from the outside world. There's a lot of love going into you from your own cup. You know how to pour into yourself. You know what I mean? You understand that part of the game because maybe people have disappointed you in the past. Maybe you've had relationships just break down on your ass and you ain't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? It depends on where you're at. Like I said, a lot of us need to have fun. Here it is. Tantra, things that you're passionate about, co-creation. It speaks for itself. It's a very creative sexual energy we're talking about. You know, maybe some of y'all need to just go out and, let them things go. But there's the thing. It's about discernment now because we're not mixing with the same crowds anymore. We're not after the same type of that we're used to. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, the palette has changed. You know what I mean? Now, some of you may not be just there yet. Have yet to walk away, but don't worry about it. This will make you walk away. This process that we're going through. On top of that, is these 10 of Wands in reverse. And the advice for that is the hermit mode. If you're already there, you're cool. The hermit mode is just taking time to yourself. This is where the reflection, this is where the new perspective comes in. What can I do now? You know what I'm saying? If you're used to being a carpenter or, a cashier or, even if you're like the CEO of your company, if you've been so used to it, it's like finding identity outside of that. Who are you without all that is what this is asking. And what do you want? Like if you didn't have all that you had, whatever. You didn't have your name, your title, your business, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Who would you be? What would you want for yourself moving forward? I'm going to keep reiterating it. What are you seeking right now? What is it that you really want moving forward? I just had a life in general for yourself. What experiences, what desires are at this present moment unfulfilled? Unfulfilled. Thank you. They come in handy. These particular words come in handy today because they are the seekers. They're one of my favorite classes with Transformers. With me, Transformers has always had a bit more of a spiritual meaning. Oh yeah, I got Skywarp in there too. I didn't finish him. I got Thundercracker on the side. He's almost done too, but I paint for fun. I paint because I love them. But I do commissions as well. I don't know, I might sell that one out. I might just put it in the computer and make it something else. Put a background to it. But that's part of the reading, What would I do with it afterwards? What am I seeking to do with my artwork? Is it just something I'm doing for pleasure and fun, or do I feel like I can do a business out of it? You know what I mean? And then what are the steps that I need to take? So this is what time we're in right now. We're being asked those really important questions because I don't know about y'all, but I've seen and heard so many people checking out of here in the last 2 months. It's been ridiculous. And it lets me know that the next day is not granted. You know what I'm saying? We're not promised another day. So what are we really sitting around waiting for? What do we have to lose by wholeheartedly pursuing our heart's desires and being truthful with ourselves? know what I'm saying? So in closing, we got. Oops, I didn't shuffle that. And Cash App is anything if you want to call 5 for 5 today, and today only. Live. If you want that quick mini read, we can do that. Or you can schedule a personal if you want. Or you can commission art if you want. You know, we do a lot over here. So one more card. Moving forward. Queen Mother with the Emperor and the Rain Dance. So this moon, this Taurus moon that we just had, speaking truth to power, and this goes back to what I was saying before. A lot of y'all have been in situations with people that you know the business and you haven't told. You know the business and you haven't told. People in high places, male, female, doesn't matter. Does not matter. And I tell you what, it'd be a load off your mind if you did. There's a thing called timing. A lot of us have had to endure, and that's why Rain Dance is here, because this is a very emotional release right here. Rain Dance. It's also very ancestral. It's also very healing at the same time. The collective out there, it's time for a good cry. You know what I mean? Just to release, especially during this moon, Taurus moon. That's shit we just had. Anyway, Taurus rules the senses, the 5 senses, rules the palate, like I've been saying, you know, the foodies. What do you have a taste for now? What do you have a taste for now? And if you're confused about that, even if you're not confused about that, these are the people to ask to help you. Especially if you know, these are the people that are going to help you get to your destination. If you don't know, they're going to help you figure it out. Once you figure it out, you're going to see them move mountains for you. And that's part of what this communication is, and that's part of what this Emperor is as well. What I said before about people seeing the nice version of you trying to be polite or whatever, to get things done. You know what I mean? Being cordial, being diplomatic, whatever. If you were in those situations and you didn't see any movement, maybe you were taken for granted because of people thinking you're too nice. Well, no, we're going to flip the scale. We're going to flip the whole script on them and show them the other side. So this is about being direct. This is about authority. This is about asserting one's self, and not in a, disrespectful manner. But this is going to take some crafting for some of us. This is an art form that we're learning now. How to be assertive and get to the point. The Emperor doesn't say, if you feel like it, why don't you drop off to 50 bundles, right? No, the Emperor tells you to drop it off this time, this day, and it better be there, or there's consequences for things not being in order. You know, that's like a contract, verbal agreement. You know, we're talking about late fees and shit like that. It's to hold people accountable for what they say out of their mouths when it comes to dealing with you. You know what I'm saying? There has to be a consequence to it. Now, moving forward, it's no more that we're just going to brush it off like it didn't happen kind of energy. And I'm telling you, you're going to sleep better at night. There's going to be a lot less stress when you really take the authority and decree what you want. Yeah, it's interesting here because this feels more like polarity now of the physical world and the spiritual world. In the spiritual realm, this is talking about lineage. This is talking about ancestry, and I had a conversation today with a pastor about ancestry, about the gifts and talents of your bloodline or your family. This could be people who can sing, who can draw, different characters. Some people, you know, it skips certain people in certain generations, but it doesn't in a lot of cases. Like my aunts and my uncles on my mom's side were all gifted, but because of the religious part of it, they didn't get a chance to explore that. You understand what I'm saying? So it kind of didn't, and they had mental issues because of that. Because of that, they had to experience the mental issues of this tug of war between what they were taught was right and wrong, and then there's a gift that showed them things that they couldn't discuss with other people. It sounds crazy, you know what I mean? If you've ever had dreams before and it's just kind of frowned upon about the things that you were seeing or talking about, it's like the little kids who see the whatever in the room. They're talking to spirits, you know what I'm saying? But the family says that's evil. You shouldn't be doing that. You shouldn't be playing with cards or whatever like that. This is kind of what that's talking about. Sometimes it skips, but regardless, that lineage holds that kind of gene code, if you will. And this is a great time to tap into that unapologetically. See, there's a divide right now going on between the believers and the knowers. And look what we got on the bottom of the deck, the Empress. So we have counterparts here. And what this is really saying is, I love this because if you put them together, it's one full image. Let me make sure I got them on the right side. No, it's like this. So you can see the skull in the middle. It's one of those things they don't tell you in the deck. You kind of had to play with it. But we're talking about completion. We're talking about both halves being honored within yourself. The part of you that's sensitive and caring and empathic, but you don't get to her until you get through him. You know what I mean? Setting your boundaries, you know what I'm saying? But this is the nurturing part that supports that part of him, you know what I'm saying? Within yourself. So it's a really beautiful dynamic when you're light and you're dark, your masculine and your feminine are in balance because you get the full picture or you have the full masterpiece of who you are. So like I said, if it don't work one way, it's going to work the other way. You know what I mean? If it's a situation that calls for less aggressiveness, then you draw on your feminine energy. And life has given us plenty of examples and circumstances where we should know the difference now. That's why the word discernment is very strong right now. You know what I mean? But make space for it. Clean out the clutter. Old emails, old contacts in the phone you don't talk to no more. Any hurt feelings you might have. Get you a nice little cry because there has been a lot of injustice that's happened in our journeys. You know what I'm saying? Things that people have not been able to answer for. But like I said, a lot of us know the truth. And the truth is something that those people who were higher up are afraid of. But on the other hand, because you went through this, you know how to treat people so that if you decide to move into a position of authority, you know how to treat people accordingly. You understand what I'm saying? You know how to conduct yourself in a balanced way where you're not projecting your insecurities or anything like that on someone who is supposed to be learning from you. You understand what I'm saying? Supposed to be helping you. They're not there to be your punching bag or your, you know what I'm saying, all that other stuff. They're there to work. They're there to learn from your experience and share with you and grow with you the same way. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we got. I knew it was a lot. It felt like a lot. But at the end of the day, it's the truth. The truth of who you are now. Don't just give them one side of yourself. Give them both sides. Don't let them see the one version of you. You know what I'm saying? The old version of you. Give them the new version, the healed version of you. You know what I'm saying? Not the ungrounded version. And know at this time that even though the sun is in reverse, this is just things being kind of Spirit doesn't want you to know everything. If you knew everything, you wouldn't make the choices that you need to make for yourself. This is how you show everything outside of yourself, how much you really care about yourself. You understand what I'm saying? If you knew the outcome to everything, there would be no point to free will. Blah, blah, blah. So enjoy this time of not knowing where things are going to lead. And for some of you, I see a relationship here as well. And that's what I mean. Don't be afraid of that or where it might lead you, but it's like take it step by step, day by day. Use your discernment and know that you're becoming part of something greater here when you're working with the two polarities coming together. But you know that you already have that within your equally. You know what I'm saying? You're your own universe equally coming together. It's not one dominates the other and the others, whatever. They feed into each other. They nourish, they heal each other, they listen. Bonnie and Clyde. Ride or die. You feel what I'm saying? These are the kind of relationships that you're looking for moving forward. Right here. So that's what it seems like a lot of us are seeking at this time. So I'm gonna close it up here, but if anybody wants to 5 for 5, you're more than welcome to jump in now and get it. The Cash App is in the description box if you want it. And I might throw a couple extra cards in there. I ain't doing too much tonight. Outside of painting and drawing. Or if you just like to get a brother a cup of coffee tonight, that'd be even more appreciated. I feel like donate to the channel. But if not, you can also commission artwork. We have a lot of pieces that we're working on for the channel. We're still in the midst of a couple of these cleaned up for later on. And even brought out the transformer door. We're going to do a little bit more of that, and that's probably what tonight's is going to be, along with whatever we talk about while we painting and drawing. But that's our message for tonight on Transformative Tarot. And if you like one of my decks, this is my deck right here, Fancy's deck. I still have a few left. Just email me. They're 40. I do 40. They're 45 for the month of May, plus shipping. So it'll be about 55 total. But you'll have your track number within a day, and your packages will go right out. And this is 78 of what I consider some of my best artwork through the years. And just as a segue, when I was doing this deck, I didn't know I was doing this deck. The first picture I did for this was in 2004. So from 2004 till now, right? It's just been a collection of artwork. And what I mean by that is you don't know what you're really doing sometimes until you get there. And that's what the sun in reverse, and that's what not knowing is trying to teach us right now. Just do what you're here to do in the time that you're given. It'll start making sense the further you move along your path. Because it took till 3 years ago for me to see that I finally had enough for a deck with meaning and all the story and all the journeys and stories behind the artwork to go with it. You understand what I'm saying? That's where we're at right now. So take stock in what you've done, where you've been up to this point now, because maybe you have something similar just waiting for you to put it together and introduce it to the world. You know what I mean? A little step here, a little step there becomes a whole lot of steps. All right. How y'all feeling out there? How's everybody doing? Or we just in here watching? Sabias, what's going on? Ramon, Survival Empire, shout out. We give Vanessa a shout out today, who's in the room, and Noel. And also, if you're interested in learning your Mayan signature, we're available for that as well. That's a whole nother other. But it gives you another perspective on who you are and why you're here. We could do that tonight for 5 as well if you want. And I can show you the steps you can take to do that for yourself and the people around you. It's really fun at the end of the day. And I say it helped heal a lot of relationships once you realize who's who in your life and why they're there. It all makes sense. But we're here to fill in some pieces if you need that. And the other deck I'm using tonight is the Santa Muerte deck. It's classic deck. It's the Santa Muerte deck. And this, of course, is Fancy's deck. So we'll be on for about another 10 minutes if y'all want to take advantage of that 5 for 5. But Noel, you're the first one to comment. If you want a card and you're still in the room, I will give you a card for free. Okay, you're the first one who showed up. Show some love in the comments. Just let me know if you're still in the chat. All right, Spirit, give me some advice. Give me some advice for the next day. Next couple of hours, couple of days. Communication. Wisdom. This is for somebody in the room who is either a mother or a teacher in particular. Some kind of teacher. male or female. We don't do that over here. But it's a lot of feminine energy. This is for somebody teaching. We're teaching somebody. This is the conveyance of life experience and wisdom. See the way these two are looking at this one right here. She's like it's like somebody coming to you with questions. Let's see what's going on with that real quick. Feels like a teacher vibe. Maybe somebody who's a bit overprotective too. Because Sophia don't play. You can tell by that spirit, she don't play. She don't play. And it could be a child as well because of the mother energy. Could be giving information. Mm-hmm. Let's see, temperance. So this has to do with matters of the heart. This would be like if you wanted to get married and have children, you don't hang around all the baby mamas kind of energy. You would hang around a real mother figure who's done it. She's going to be the one to help you cultivate that life, teach you how to balance things out. Or this could be what somebody is teaching you or you're teaching them. And you don't necessarily have to be doing it vocally. You could be doing it by just leading by example here. So whoever's in this boat, this is really kind of an unspoken thing. Some of you are just a great example out there. Mm-hmm. There's something on this Empress. Yeah, she don't get around. This is somebody who's loyal. Oh my goodness. Alright, well, I look like everybody's cool. I'm gonna be on my way. So until next time, y'all take care. And remember, what are you seeking? What are you looking for? What is your heart's desire?